From the first ballot. Yeah! From the first ballot to last stand. This is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love. And this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron loves wrestling. AEW, WENWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron loves wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no wars, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron loves wrestling. One world, one voice.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Aaron Loves Wrestling podcast, and from the cheap seats here for Unfiltered Wrestling. That's right, we're here for Unfiltered Wrestling, recapping the wrestling week this week. So much to talk about. This is we're going to touch a little bit on Roman and Punk for Mania. We have a new NXT champion. We have a new MLW champion, and then we also have we're going to talk about Dynamite and what's going to happen with Collision and SmackDown night, and talk a little bit about Chamber. So this is going to be a fun episode. First off, we're going to go and talk about iDrink. That's right, iDrink with the Q. Get your iDrink today. Go to iDrink.com and get yourself some iDrink. If you enjoy energy as much as we all do, and you want some without the caffeine, you want to limit or eliminate your caffeine intake, because, you know, some people are trying to work on that these days, well, get yourself iDrink. It is no caffeine. There is no caffeine. It has your vitamins and minerals and all the other ingredients that you need for energy, and it's healthy and really delicious. I've been drinking this for almost a year now, and I love it. So I highly recommend it. Go get yourself a case of iDrink today. And then also, if you want your energy and have some of that Ric Flair energy, woo! Then get yourself some woo energy. Use the promo code Dr. Love. That's DRLOVE, DRLOVE, all caps, and get 20% off. That's right, 20% off your purchase. They got amazing flavors. Dragon fruit here, as you can see. There's pineapple, berry, lemon, and then my personal favorite, strawberry banana. So if you will, go to Woo Energy, use the promo code Dr. Love, DRLOVE, and get 20% off your purchase today. Chris, how you feel about wrestling this week?
It was a pretty good week. I mean, there some good, some bad, very little ugly. As you can see, another legend has been retired by Gunther. My name is Chris Branson from the Cheap Seats. That's Dr. Love over there. Gotta show him some love. It was a pretty full week. NXT was an interesting but not unforeseen pick as to who they were to go with the champion. That direction, as far as now, Stone playing interim GM.
We're gonna talk about this because I'm not a fan of. I'm not a big. It's going to have to grow on me.
Well, that was what I was going to get to.
I was hoping for William Regal.
Well, we all want Regal.
War games.
War games. But yeah, no, Stone, honestly, it kind of fits for the moment right now
Mm-hmm.
because with this TNA NXT partnership,
Yeah.
the two of them, Stone playing a heel manager for Tessa, Mila Moore, and Victoria Crawford, or as WWE World knows her as Alicia
I
Fox.
forgot about that. And
Yeah.
now he's the NXT general manager. That's crazy. I
And
forgot he was their manager.
yeah, I mean, but now he's got to play somewhat a babyface on NXT. I mean, and today, Kelly Kincaid or Quinn McKay of the Ring of Honor world, she
Yeah.
let people know she's leaving WWE. Surprisingly, next Saturday on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's
I
not very loving.
I know, right?
Where's the love?
It's what she and Elton Prince are, I think, an item. I know Elton, even after his neck heals a little bit better, she'll show he'll show her the love, the never mind. Anyhow, but yeah, no, with NXT with Stone, and I'm happy for Joe Hendry. Don't get me wrong. I was thinking Ricky Starks or Saints, excuse me.
Yeah,
You
get it
know,
right.
yeah, since we live in different multiverses within professional wrestling these days. But yeah, no, this whole week really hasn't missed the mark. Something I liked about Dynamite was honestly they did it right in the main event.
Yeah.
You know,
Right. The Dynamite.
yeah, on Dynamite with MJF and Brody King. You may
That's.
let me explain.
Explain.
All right. So think about this for a second.
Explain your actions.
Yeah, I will explain my actions. let me bring the mic back into the camera shot here. Yeah. So Brody just pretty much squashing MJF. By the time we get to Australia next weekend, which it's what? Next weekend, right? On the 14th.
Next Saturday.
Is
Yep,
Grand
Valentine's
Slam-
Day. So you're either going to watch Grand Slam Collision or
Is
Makes
Grand
me
Slam Slit Sydney. It's not Collision, it's just Grand Slam Sydney, right?
I mean, they
Or Grand
were
Slam
calling it
Australia.
Grand Slam Collision at one point. They could have changed it. It was Grand Slam Australia Collision or something like that, like last year.
I mean, if you're gonna
But they could have changed
throw Brody King and MJF into a championship match a week after the Eliminator,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, you want Brody short term to look like a big threat. Now, when the match comes, is MJF going to learn his lesson from what happened to him the day before? Now, partly he was distracted by Hangman, which, okay, I get it. Hangman, Swerve, Joe, Kenny Omega, half the Don Callis family, the Death
All 30
Riders.
members. Whole
Some of
Dallas
the
Cow's
Ward-
family could fill up a Royal Rumble.
Oh, that is kind of true.
What's
But-
Dallas Cow's family's going to be next?
I mean, with a stable of just Lucha Libre guys from CMLL and the homegrown Lucha guys, I mean, they could have the greatest Royal Rumble at this point. But
But they got a stacked Ring of Honor next week. There's an 8-man tag. They're facing Premier Athletes.
yeah, I
And
think Global Wars.
They got Bandito, Mystico, and who's the other two from CMLL?
I think it's Global Wars there.
No, Global Wars was last night. I'm talking about next week for
with
Ring
the
of
one with
Honor.
Metroplex, right?
Yeah, that was last night. But for next
Okay.
week's at Ring of Honor, there's an 8-man tag match in Bandito, Mystico, and two other guys. It was. I was like, bro, I gotta watch that one. That one looks. I'm gonna watch that right after Impact. Or watch it before Impact because it's on before Impact. So
if I was WWE after last night's Dynamite or the nights before's Dynamite, the Pearl Theater there at the Palms.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was home for the Wrestle Collective,
Ricky.
Blood Sports, and a few others.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm doing stand and deliver, and you don't want to pay exorbitant fees to T-Mobile Arena for 3 shows in a weekend, put stand and deliver in there. I mean, that theater space actually worked for Dynamite, and
but they want as many fans as they can get.
But yeah, there you go. What I said the other day on the old Twitter machine was Dynamite. With Dynamite selling out lately, I mean, very hard to find a ticket for Dynamite here lately. Uh-oh. Oh, we switched screens. Go figure. All right.
Technical difficulties. There we go.
Now we're playing screen hot potato.
Something happened to my end. I don't know what happened. Anyway. Yeah, that would be good. I mean, I wouldn't disagree. It would be pretty cool to do for NXT. But WWE, they're going to try to find the biggest, or probably bigger than that, because they want at least probably 5,000 or more for stand and deliver.
Rick bringing it up center stage over here in the chat.
So the theater Dynamite used reminds me of the arena in Atlanta that old JCP used and NXT used on occasion.
Yeah, old center stage theater there.
And I don't mind, like some people talk about the attendance for Dynamite when they see them at these smaller arenas and they make fun and they joke. But I don't see them making fun and saying their jokes when Dynamite was in Orlando, Florida about 2 weeks ago and they had 5,000 plus in attendance.
Yeah.
Where are they at? They're quiet.
Exactly.
They're all quiet. You hear the violin playing. So, and that's one thing. Like people have said when I posted about positive posts about the fan attendance. They'll be like, "Oh, I thought you hated it." I hate it in an argument as usually as a measuring stick. PG here, measuring stick of, "Oh, this is why so and so is better. Oh, this is why they suck. Oh, this is why." It's like no, this like TNA hitting 201,000 plus viewers last week. And I can't wait to see the viewership this week. I'm not saying it as, they're going to be the best company or number one or anything like that. No, if they do, cool. If they do, cool. But AEW is a long way from number one, and TNA is a long way from number two. But seeing this growth and it's positive. It's good, especially when AEW was on that plateau where they weren't getting, where they're having trouble getting those ratings and everything. Just like that last week's Dynamite, 650,000 plus viewers on cable.
Yeah.
Not counting HBO Max numbers, and people want to mock that, but we don't know the numbers. It could be 100 grand more, it could be 200 grand more, it could be 300 grand more, it could be 50. Who knows? But seeing AEW progress as they are, we don't talk about WWE because WWE is going to get million plus views. We know WWE is going to get 10,000 plus in attendance. There's time
from time to time. Well, from time to time they get
they usually get around 10,000 in attendance, but very rarely. And the only time when you see them do go down is when they book it in a smaller arena.
Yeah,
agreed. But normally, if they got an arena they're going to, and it's at least 10,000 plus in attendance, it's packed. It's going to be sold out.
Agreed.
And the viewership, it's going to be at least over 1 million. The few times that it hasn't, one was Halloween night. What is everybody doing Halloween night?
They're trick-or-treating.
Going to their trick-or-treating or their churches for their thing. So, no, not a lot of people are going to be home watching SmackDown. So that's why that night it was like 800,000. And then people, some AEW fans were mocking that, making jokes. I'm like, it was Halloween night. And then the next week, guess what? It was back over to 1 million because everybody was at home.
The night before the Rumble, it was 100,000.
Yeah, but that's because it was already revealed.
Spoilers.
But not only that, if you have a VPN, you could have watched it in the morning at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
So, it was going to be low for that too, and they were making jokes about that. But you're not taking all that consideration. Like I said, the measuring thing, especially when it comes to like AEW fans, they're trying to poke fun and do, look at that, they got 900,000. Oh, well, yeah, but it's still more than Dynamite.
Here's the thing. If we're measuring by ratings these days, That's not what's drawing fans to stuff. It's what can they interact with? Who can they interact with?
Mm-hmm.
Accessibility and cost of merch. There's a lot more intricacies than just TV ratings now.
I like what Stampede said. Just because there's more ratings doesn't make it better or worse.
Exactly.
Right. There's times where, WWE's been over 1 million viewerships, but the show was like, that's all right. And then same day for Dynamite,
And look at Impact. Impact recently hit 201,000 with this move to AMC. When it's been said that they never even crested past 175 when they were on Access or any other platform post Spike.
They were struggling to get over 100,000 on Access.
Exactly. I mean,
the average rating on Access for what I was reading, I think it was WrestleMania, if I'm not mistaken. It was between 80,000 to roughly over 100,000, like 100,000. Now it's 201,000. That's 100,000 plus. And we'll see how it goes from there. And if that's where they stay at, cool. That's great. If they progress, great. I don't want to see them decline, but you'll see that decline at times.
You remember something that we talked about the other day in regards to house shows?
What's that?
House
shows. Yeah, I remember that.
And how AEW can expand their mark outside of television by doing house shows. I'm not saying we kind of inspired the world, but it was kind of weird this week to see Dynamite. See on Dynamite the live events crawler, and you see AEW House Rules, and they're doing a house show in Australia during their Sydney run. And then on what was it last night? What do you want to talk about? When Cody and Jey Uso were on, they were talking about how house shows are useful.
Cody and Undertaker did. And Undertaker even emphasized why they're good, because you can test things out.
Agreed.
And that you don't want to go on live television and do. You can test it out and see if it works or it doesn't. The only way you'll know if it works is how the fans react. If the fans react like, oh, okay, that was cool. I'm going to use that on SmackDown this week or whatever.
Agreed.
And then if it didn't, you're like, well, I'm not going to try that again.
Well, something that Rick said in the chat, the reason why WWE doesn't use Hammerstein or the Manhattan Center very often anymore, unless it's absolutely a special moment that they're planning for, is union cost. Because those buildings are ran by union workers, and WWE, AEW, X, Y, and Z, unless they're doing an extended date, they have to pay union cost, which that could be rather high depending on the pay wages of those union workers. I mean, I'm not pro or against the unions. It really.
Yeah, the facts are the facts, though. So
that's the
case.
We would
WWE, they're more about making money than spending money.
I mean, you saw. I don't know if you caught Pat McAfee today. Mark Shapiro and Ari Emanuel, who own Endeavor, who own the TKO group.
I saw some reports about it, and man, both WWE and UFC are $20 billion apiece. So they got $40 billion that they can sell if they wanted to and bank on money.
Well, you remember, what was it? The dirt sheets and Twitter were all like, "Oh, WWE's breaking TKO." No, WWE is a constantly touring product.
Yeah,
as to where UFC focuses on 4 special events a month, if you don't include the fight nights.
I wonder if they would consider selling UFC.
No.
Because with that, and they're spending more money on UFC than making money.
Well, TKO owns UFC,
and
WWE,
PBR.
PBR now.
And they're about to start boxing league.
And PBR even had its own team league versus individual events.
Actually, I like that.
It is actually a really smart idea. I mean, to survive right now in professional sports, you kind of have to come up with new ideas because
Mm-hmm.
all-star games are getting to being a little too monotonous, or you already know the
I
end
have
result.
stated for MLB, if they would do their All-Star game with some kind of, something that you get out of it. So, like, let's say the
They
AL,
do.
or
They
no,
do.
if the AL wins or NL wins, then they get
They
more.
do.
They get the home field advantage more
They
so.
they do.
They do?
That so years ago when the All-Star game ended in a tie,
Yeah.
because I think it went 15,
Or maybe
16
it's NBA.
innings.
Maybe it's thinking NBA then.
The NBA.
Yeah,
The
NBA don't do it.
NBA, they don't.
It's just a fun game.
For them, it's an exhibition game. It does.
NFL is what? NFL, if you had it to where whoever wins, they're the home team at the Super Bowl or something. I don't know.
Well, they do it by ranking. So the
Facts.
Patriots and
Facts.
Seahawks were
Flag
both
football.
number one. I think I might be wrong. No, I think they're going in 1-2. It's Seahawks 1, Pats 2.
That's because of the record.
And A, the record, the B, the ability to, show what they did during the season. Do I think Sunday that the Patriots stand a chance against the Seahawks? No,
I do.
but in the same, hopefully, if it comes down to the 1 yard line, Mike McDonald knows to run the ball.
I think both of them know to run the ball.
Well, I mean, they don't want Butler, I forget his first name, but Malcolm Butler. You don't want another Malcolm Butler just coming up and picking the play right off the bat.
Well, let's talk about this right here.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns, CM Punk. That promo Monday night, it was fire. I loved how Roman Reigns ended it.
Mm-hmm.
I just love what he said there at the end. I'm not. I could challenge you because you're the biggest star. I could challenge. I think Drew McIntyre is just as big as CM Punk. I could challenge you because you're on the best show on Netflix. And then he said, "I'm challenging you because I hate you. I hate you. I'm challenging you at WrestleMania because I hate you. And then at WrestleMania, you will acknowledge me." And the mic dropped and he walks out. I'm just like, bro, that was Roman Reigns like going toe to toe with CM Punk on the mic. It's awesome to see.
Yeah.
Him go toe to toe John Cena on the mic, The Rock on the mic. Roman Reigns, because many people criticized Roman Reigns back in the day for his promo, especially that one with John Cena on Raw when he was just trolling Roman Reigns. I was just like, Cena, have mercy, chill.
It was like watching Cena make fun of Rock for writing his promo bullet points on his forearm.
Oh, that was funny too, because when I was watching that when I was, I think I was 16 or 17 when that happened, and I was just watching it, and he said that, I was like, what? And then you see the pictures afterwards. Some people are screenshotting some stills during the show. I'm like, oh, come on, Rocky.
Now here's the thing. What do these two gentlemen have in common?
These two gentlemen have in common.
Well, they're both Zebros, by the way. So
no, that's over.
That's right.
Roman said we're done with that.
What was it? He paraphrased it. Some Shikaka about that, or some Shikaka
Zebros
like that.
or some crap like that.
Yeah.
PG 6 here, but yeah. One thing they have in common.
I love the fact that Phil right there was being a little bit of a hockey troll.
Yeah,
with the shirt, I respect it. Original 6 team, Flyers and Blackhawks, kind of dig it. Blackhawks are my team too, but and Stampede over here get right on point with what he's saying.
I love when promos are like that, when you blend realism.
Yeah,
because the times Roman mentioned the podcast.
Or the fact that Chris Hero was supposed to be the third member of the Shield and not Roman.
That one too, and which I never knew that. I did
Cassius Ohno. excuse me, Cassius
Yeah.
Ono was.
Which I think he's in MLW right now too.
Yeah, I think he's a producer for MLW now.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, when they brought that, and then podcasting him, making basically Roman's life difficult, because when Punk was suing at that time and was going after WWE for a lot of stuff, that was a pretty chaotic. So not only Roman felt it, everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
And then who knows how Vince McMahon was backstage with all that happening and how he treated people, because the tempers and all that stuff.
So,
not saying that he did. I'm just saying you never know.
Something to think on here in regards to Punk and Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, over the course since Punk has been back, November of 2023, we've had Punk and Rollins interactive. They still will during the course of their time in WWE together. So
I think
chapter one, if you think about this, with Rollins was the student. He was one of Punk's proteges in Ring of Honor.
Mm-hmm.
This is the outcast.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And I'm not saying Roman Reigns is an outcast. I'm not saying Joanna White is an outcast. I'm not saying Leakey, or however his name was in FCW. But the thing about this is Roman felt like an outcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then, as Roman said in that promo, I stuck my hand out to you at Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
And then you treated me like a young boy talking behind my back. Well, if you look at that video that they looped in to kind of showcase that on WWE TV, he's not wrong. I mean, you see
Which
Punk,
I forgot about that.
You see Punk holding up the belt and chirping, but do we know that he was chirping at Roman? Maybe.
Could have been at Rollins.
It could have been somebody else. It could have been the crowd.
Could have been at Jay.
But the thing about it is, it's right moment, right place, right time for where the camera is seeing something happen.
Mm-hmm.
It may not be the right words,
mm-hmm.
but in professional wrestling, the perfect moment is right time, right place, right ability to talk, or the best planned match.
And I love how both companies do that. They'll catch something like that. They're like, let's use that in the storyline now. Let's add it in there, maybe in the promo, or let's add it in there to add fuel to the fire. So
yeah,
I like that.
Punk's going to bring out the best of Roman. This is, even though Roman has earned his place in WWE history, this is like a graduation present.
But apparently, to a certain someone, they ruin legacies. So,
well, if flipping and flopping got you a Hall of Fame spot, I'll shut my mouth, because that we'll save towards the end of the podcast.
Yeah, we'll save that towards.
But this is kind of like Punk giving Roman his graduation present.
Yeah,
that no longer do you stand in the shadow of anybody, Roman. You are the shadow. You are the person that people have to overcome now. That's what a lot of people, when Punk left, felt like, now we gotta come out of Phil Brooks' shadow. Mm-hmm. And at that time, it was Randy, Rey Mysterio, John Cena, CM Punk, and Daniel Bryan, who were really the biggest faces in the company at that time. So yes,
Punk, Daniel Bryan. Oh my gosh,
Punk did cast a huge shadow, even when he decided to say, "You know what, I'm out." But that's the thing is with Roman Reigns, and I think we alibi what Stampede is reporting here. It's hard to sit there and kind of find any flaws with this promo.
Right. I can't find one flaw.
I'll harken back to, you remember when Cody and Paul Heyman had their first conversation, and Cody legitimately broke Paul Heyman on Raw one night. I think it was for the 39 main event, and they were starting to talk butts into seats then.
We'll have to go rewatch that. I've seen it, but I just have to rewatch it.
Well, the fact that we know that this match already before the Super Bowl was already announced as the night to. Well, okay.
I wish they would have kind of teased this just a little bit though, because I liked it when they did that back in the day, especially when Taker won and and at the time the ECW title was online, and they kind of teased it.
I don't think Taker's ever gone up for the AE. Did he?
No,
I don't think he's ever
he didn't. So no. Well, over the few weeks after he won the Rumble, he was showing up on ECW SmackDown, basically saying, "Hey, I could come after you. I could come after you. I could come after you." And then all of a sudden, that's when they had that one moment with all three in the middle of the ring. He was making his decision, which I'm sure a lot of people figured he'd go for Batista on the world title. And all of a sudden, he just kind of stared everybody down. He does a little cutthroat to Batista. It's like, all right. And I'm sure Cena.
Oh yeah, that's
Bobby
right.
Lashley were grateful.
Cena, Batista, and Lashley, and
that moment was awesome, and I just like it when they tease us like that. Everything some things in WWE at times it feels rushed.
It does, and you're not wrong.
Like right now, we get PLEs every single month. Like, give it some room to breathe. Like right now, AEW's got they're like they breathe right now until Revolution. They got Grand Slam Australia coming up, but it's not a pay-per-view.
I think
they're treating it like one, but it's not one.
I think when you go give everybody 10 instead of 12 pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Yes, it gives you enough space to breathe. Now TKO is a live events company, so they're going to want to maximize their dollar.
Hey, Sports Jedi.
But here's the thing about AEW that not everybody's favorite uncle, Bully Ray, has even sit there and said, you kind of got to let the crowd breathe a little, absorb the moment. If you rush into the next thing, so it's kind of that. If you get like 3 commercials in a row, 2 promo vignettes before and after said commercial, and then you get a match following a match prior. Okay, the crowd's been given enough time to absorb the moment. I think the argument for WWE when people are like, "Oh, WWE, spaces out a 4-hour show with 6 matches and like an hour," I'm not going to argue how right that statement is, but sometimes it's a matter of people sitting there going, do I sit here and try to forget the previous match because I haven't had time to absorb who won it, how the finish was, yada yada yada. I think the best way to put it was WrestleMania Dallas 32 in 2016.
That was fun.
Shinsuke and Sammy.
Yeah.
And then they rushed, I think, into a Finn Balor match. Just because they were doing it's segmented nights. I think it was either Wednesday or Thursday they did NXT, the then takeover Dallas or takeover this city. I think it was actually the first city to get an actual takeover as far as the name included. But they rushed the moment. Sami Zayn, El Generico versus the King of Strong Style. At the time, we didn't know what the kind of deal that Shinsuke had struck with WWE. A lot of people at first thought it was going to be a one-off where this was a deal with New Japan to loan over Shinsuke for TV. And then when you find out, oh, hey, Shinsuke is a WWE contracted talent now. But all companies even, sometimes some moments need to be sacrosanct in that you got to be able to let it imprint on an audience member's mind. Because if you don't let somebody, it's nice to go to Netflix or YouTube or Honor Club or HBO Max for archived pay-per-views. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I want to feel the monetary worth of what I'm getting. This promo right here, if WrestleMania was tomorrow, I'd be willing to sell out a front row seat price. Not saying I got the money to do it.
Not for WrestleMania.
Well, and especially
maybe
not
for
for a
Raw or
ringside
SmackDown,
seat.
but not for WrestleMania.
But the thing about it is, when you get two good talkers, their ring work, Roman went away from being just the powerhouse.
Yeah.
He can work.
Mm-hmm.
He has added submissions like a cravat hold or a guillotine. Not saying he's a total technical wrestler.
Mm-hmm.
But, Roman doesn't give you the 5 moves of doom powerhouse style. he can come out of nowhere with something and be like, oh, holy crap. Roman Reigns. It's like people with John Cena. Mm-hmm. Oh, we get the 5 moves of doom. And then when John Cena busts out like 57 other moves that you didn't think you knew, and then you got CM Punk, the best in the world. That's obviously subjective to a lot of people because there are people still burnt by what happened in AEW. And
that's the best in the
so.
world. We can go on a whole list of wrestlers. I mean, Punk, Moxley, Roman,
Flair. If we go into the legacy playbook.
Our legacy, Michaels, Heartbreak Kid.
Yeah, we can go Flair. We can go Funk. We can
Flair.
Right now,
Dusty,
these two.
Yeah.
These two, in regards to WWE,
mm-hmm.
are their Mount Everest and K2.
I would like
to say who is Everest and who's K2 right now.
Does this feel like Rock and Stone Cold to you in a way, a modern day?
If you book it right, if you mature it right.
This is what it feels like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. If you book it right, mature it right, you don't try to involve Paul Heyman so much into it, even though
on that
he said, what was it the other night? You took my wise man away. Well,
mm-hmm.
Roman,
that could be
your wise man was his guy.
Yeah.
And then
first he was Brock's guy.
Well, if we really want to be matter of fact.
Oh, yeah, if we want to get real technical with
it. He was Undertaker and Steve Austin's guy.
Right.
So could Punk and Roman and Lesnar owe Taker and Stone Cold a receipt?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But the thing about it is as long as you focus it on the Shield, on the original plans of the Shield.
If they keep blending realism into the storyline, it's definitely because I think CM Punk was on Pat McAfee this past week, and they were asking about Roman, and then he said something about his promo. He was basically praising Roman. And Punk's like, "Why do you think he was better? Why do you think he was better that night? Because he was in the ring with me." And I was like, "Ooh, Punk, bro." So I don't want to see. Yeah, I keep it straight up 1-on-1. I agree with Stampede. Don't add a triple threat. There's a rumor of Rollins being cleared, and it might turn into a triple threat. Please do not do that. If he interferes, it costs probably Punk the title. Maybe.
No, you got to do it straight. You got to do it straight.
Just saying, to add the storyline, but I personally would love to do it just straight up 1-on-1, no interference from anybody, the bloodline, just 1-on-1 Roman, because we have a lot of interferences in wrestling. So just let's tone it down. Not everybody needs a dang interference.
No, I agree with that.
But if I want to see them continue to build, not Roman go away for a few weeks and he comes back, have them keep coming back, and they keep building on this.
Yeah, because you kind of
because right now you just spark the fire. Don't let it go out.
You've opened Pandora's box.
Yes.
and let these two ghosts play. Let these two spirits play. You know, don't involve Rollins. Don't involve any side players. It might be cool to, storyline purposes to bring in Roman's bloodline or friends of CM Punk.
One
To
thing I
play.
would like them being straight up, and then after the match, as they're celebrating, that's when Rollins comes in.
I mean, that's a better finish anyhow, because then
Basically letting them know, hey,
it still keeps Rollins important to the title picture, regardless of who wins. It allows those three to still dance at certain any given points, because we've never gotten necessarily a Rollins Roman resolution, and like Rick said,
I agree. I agree.
It no 842 run-ins.
Yeah.
But yeah,
here comes Jey Uso for the 5th time to try to help Roman Reigns. He's
no
still
vision,
cheating.
No Vision, no Cody, nobody. Like,
I want to see why Cody would get involved.
Like, heck, I'd have Omos. I'd have Omos, Jacob, Solo, and Hakuto in the corners, stopping somebody from being there, and then having people. I mean, that's a little outlandish, but let it be a curtain sellout. Let it be a monitor sellout. Let the kids in the back, the Javon Evanses and the Obafemis and the Jordan Graces, even though Jordan Grace really don't need to give her much in the way of rookie feel, because we all know she's not. Right. Let them absorb the moment. Yeah. Let them be able to go, oh, wow. I was a part of a Austin Rock moment, as we were saying earlier. Hogan Rock, Hogan Andre, Hogan
I don't even think it needs a Hell in a Cell.
No.
No steel cage, no Hell in a Cell. It can just be straight up one-on-one, like Stone Cold and The Rock was. No interference, just one-on-one.
Even if the ref lets a little leeway in the match, i.e., he's not going to count. And I mean, not saying there's no, but people forget. And AEW and TNA have been kind of good about the flexibility they've used with their referees. As far as letting the action, giving it more of a sports feel, that sometimes, like, say you watch a football game and the referees are kind of letting certain hits kind of play.
It's a good one, Stampede.
Exactly.
No interference, just one-on-one, straight up, Roman, Punk, and whoever is portrayed as the heel, if they try to cheat to win, that's fine too.
Give me Thanos and Iron Man.
Heck yeah, that's what this feels like.
Give me Thanos and Iron Man.
Heck yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Let that be the moment we get, the cinematic moment we get between these two. Can you say Punk is Thanos? Well,
no, I
Punk
say
came before. Well,
I say Punk's Tony Stark here.
He's both Tony Stark and he's both Thanos. Okay, Thanos thought he could rid the world, of certain people, certain things, like half the universe, by just snapping his finger. At one point in time, Punk thought he could with the Shield. So now you've got Roman, who used to be Thanos, but is more Tony Stark in his presentation and his purpose. He's cocky, but he knows he's good. He can talk. He can hit you with a quip if he needs to, versus back in the day, he would get caught and drop jawed by like a John Cena, like we said. So yeah, I mean, if I was, well, you know what? It's not actually a bad
Fantastic Four, seriously.
Well, I mean, if you go by the thing and Hulk, let's make Punk or Roman Hulk and Punk thing, since Punk's the biggest Fantastic Four fan of the group. So
Right.
I mean that's the thing is what you want to book
Mm-hmm.
is a moment that's going to sit in people's minds forever.
Yep. Which is why 101 is necessary. No interference.
Yeah, I think you and I are both in agreement. This needs to be a one-on-one match,
Mm-hmm.
and let these two go at it.
Let them cook.
Same thing with if we get Rollins and Breaker. Let
Oh, Cody and
Rollins.
Drew.
I mean, I get we
Oh,
pick,
I got a prediction for that. By the way, I don't think it's gonna be Cody and Drew.
I think it's gonna be a triple threat.
I don't even think that. I don't even think. Yo, speaking of Tribal Chief, what's up, Devin? Yeah, I got a wild prediction for Elimination Chamber Mania. We're gonna talk about here in a minute.
Okay. But yeah, no. Let's going back to old Joe Hendry.
Yeah, NXT. We're not gonna talk much. We're just gonna kind of keep the train going. NXT. Joe Hendry won the NXT World Championship in the ladder match. Really happy, and he had a great interview also with Bully Ray afterwards. This was like, I find it awesome for Joe. Last year he won the TNA World Title. Now NXT, and I made a funny joke. I said, 2025 TNA, 2026 NXT, 2027 WWE World Title.
I mean,
just keep them coming.
if you can keep the positive momentum for Joe Hendry, he can be just like Drew McIntyre. Mind you, he was an attorney for Rusev.
I want to see a Drew and Joe Hendry feud. I mean, Drew is the heel, bro.
Yeah. I mean, Rusev, he started as Rusev's attorney, giving him the Star Rusher or something. Now, here's the thing about Joe Hendry.
Why does NXT hate me? You don't believe in Joe Hendry's stampede? You don't believe? Maybe you will one day.
You know what? Maybe Stampede just doesn't say his name. That's, and provide
He's probably afraid to because he won't turn around.
It'll come with royalties. It'll come with royalties. He'll have to pay Joe royalties. But that's the thing is NXT right now with what they brought up from Evolve, what they've brought over from TNA.
Oh, Keanu Carver's become my favorite.
Oh, Keanu Carver.
Love that dude, bro.
You give him a little bit more polish. And I think his weak point right now, sole weak point, is his promo game.
Yeah. But he's getting in the game.
I mean, he's got to learn to.
Rick believes.
Draw back a little bit of that excited football mentality that Keanu Carver comes in with. Because that's what you're seeing is him shaking the old NFL college football mindset of, oh, I got to be ready at all times. I got to be ready.
Yep.
And, and you look at Moose. You look at AJ Francis.
Moose.
Both were NFL players.
Yeah.
Bill Goldberg.
Roman
Reigns had
a college football player.
I mean, even the Rock had Brock Lesnar.
Brock
Lesnar was traditionally a wrestler. Well, yeah, Braun Breaker broke some records at Appalachian State, though. I think. Yeah, it was no, Kennesaw State. My bad.
Of those states.
Yeah, well, I mean, you got the Pac-12, and they got a whole bunch of states in their conference too. So it's hard to keep up with the states these days. But with Joe Hendry, can you keep the momentum to where he's a credible, bookable, feudable world champion? Yeah, but you've got to expand. Oh, well, college. Ron Simmons is also a Florida State College Football Hall of Famer at the National Football and School Hall of Fames. But the thing about it is, Joe Hendry, yes, he's got Shawn Legacy, Keanu Carver, Eli Knight,
Ricky Saints.
Ricky Saints, Ethan Page.
Mm-hmm.
I think Saints and Page are due up to the main roster shortly, so that's the reason why Saints didn't get frocked with this. It was a result of winning the ladder match. It is they see Hendry down there to set up the next evolution of the men's division in NXT, then they're going to bring him up. I think what hurts their men's division that doesn't hurt their women's division is, and this is not to say that women are easy to book for. It's the women grasp the moment and make it something, as to where with the men, ever since your Gargant, honestly, ever since 2.0 started, their men's division has been a little. I doubt that one, Rick.
I don't think.
I think it was
Fury.
I think he got. I think Saints. I think.
I mean, he could Breaker because the way Breaker's acting now, Vision make. I mean, if you look at Vision, they're not happy the way Breaker's acting right now. Maybe.
Here's a thought for you, and this is what I thought on the other night when we talked about Lexis King and this Nepo baby bloodline storyline that's going on in NXT.
One second, I'll be right back.
All right.
Keep talking.
So, a thought that I was having that Aaron's not going to be here for is what if, and this is the play into Rick's question, instead of joining the Vision, if Cody were to ever turn heel, which, it's going to drag itself out forever, most likely. But if Cody ever turned heel, Cody could create a evolution of Four Horsemen like faction long term with Ethan Page, with Alexis King, with the Ricky Saints. Let them ride his shine, but also kind of get those reps in to go, oh, okay, you're not just Brian Pillman's kid, or you're not somebody that they claim is an AEW reject, or blah, blah, blah. And that's not to say that Saints and Page were AEW rejects. I mean, they have made their mark to where people have easily forgotten their time in AEW. And that's a good thing. In the same, I fully expect with Tommaso Ciampa. Tommaso Ciampa has kind of proven, in a sense, that he is going to eventually shed his WWE time down in the long term. So I think it's Cody, Ethan Page, Ricky Saints, and Lexis King, or Brian. Well, they're trying, Stampede. They really seem to be trying to want to getting him out of being stuck down there, because he's had fans on the main roster talk how good he is. It's just, I think the Lexis King gimmick as it is horrible. Let him play up the mix of what you got in WCW and the loose cannon. Kind of mix those two. See how Lexis goes there. Get rid of the Lexis King. You're Brian Pillman Jr. You're not Davey Boy Smith Jr. I mean, Legacy Four Horsemen. I could even see Orton and Cody making it more evolution than just the Four Horsemen and Legacy. I can't hear your. I think your mic mutes.
Okay, I'm back. I forgot I muted myself.
Yeah.
I said I would love to see Orton and Cody restart. Yeah, an evolution. That would be dope, because Cody already does it with the suits and stuff.
Well, that's the reason why I don't think a Four Horsemen.
I'd say Legacy or Evolution.
If you're going to pay it forward, rebuild Evolution. Because then, Cody's already had world championships.
Mm-hmm.
Orton's had world championships. Really what you're focused on building is Paige and Saints. But
I would say get Breaker.
we'll see there. But going back to the Joe Hendry and the NXT moments, this week, Hendry, if you book him in such a manner, other than being just a mid-tier guy with a song, as Stampede said, if you book him in feuds that count, even if you're going to have him go over to TNA every once in a while too, make these feuds count. Make these moments count. They had the women's match, the Izzy Dame, Thea Hale. Was it Thea Hale? Yeah, it was Thea Hale.
Izzy Dame, Thea Hale, and Lola Vice.
And Lola Vice.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember how I just said that the women are not necessarily easy to book for, but they maximize the moment?
Yeah.
You went into that match. You got a quality match out of Izzy, Thea, and Lola. You were able to branch off from that match, more storylines or more what's going to happen next with Kalani Jordan and Lola Vice. I think that with these two leading up, more than likely to stand and deliver themselves, or Vengeance Day, they already have themselves set and booked for the main roster post WrestleMania. Same thing with Soul. I think what you're seeing with Zarya is them finally going, okay, we're going to let Zarya, excuse my language, be the bad bitch that we know she can be. And go be that monster female heel. I don't disagree, and I don't agree with Stampede. I think it fell flat at the end.
The reason a lot of these things fall flat is booking.
Well,
the same thing with Cody. Like when Cody won the WWE title after WrestleMania 40. Look at the booking afterwards.
Oh, well, yeah, you didn't.
You had him.
You booked him like Brock and Roman.
You booked him against Solo. Then you booked, and after Solo, you thought he was going to get Roman, and Roman came back, and that didn't happen.
That's what I'm saying. He was booked like Brock and Roman.
Yeah, so, I wouldn't say Brock and Roman, because Brock and Roman, you mean as their titles? Oh, yeah, their title runs, yeah. Yeah, they were just going up against random individuals. And that's one thing with Cody, and after that one is his second run was a little bit better than the first one. The first one, it was just because of the booking.
Honestly, if you ask me, and had Tala or Haikulo not gotten injured, you should have gone right into the Bloodline Civil War right after WrestleMania.
You could have right after, yeah. So that way, instead of AJ, you could have done it. Although AJ was a great match, but you could have went with Solo. Roman failed, blah blah blah. They just went a little bit too long. They should have done it right after Mania, then AJ later on.
Yeah, if you had done it in a certain fashion, it would have. It had been the perfect write-off to the current Bloodline. I mean, I'm glad that WWE has gotten rid of, or not gotten rid of, but kind of allowed Solo to have this My Family tree, or these MFTs.
Which I don't mind them. They just could be done better.
Because we don't have to say Bloodline anymore. We don't have to depend
on Bloodline 2.0.
Yeah, we don't have to necessarily depend on using the term Bloodline. Is it always going to be there? Yes.
It's always going to be there.
But
I think they're going to keep it mainly for Roman and the Usos. And then Solo's going to have the MFT, My Family Tree.
I mean, Chris Van Vliet had Nia Jax on recently. And she even pointed out her bloodline connection to all these things. I mean, the niece of Peter Maivia. So there's
a big discussion about her joining the bloodline a couple years ago.
I remember that. Same with Trinity Fatu.
Adding a female in there.
Well, it was the same way with Trinity Fatu
Yeah, Trinity fought too.
before she stepped out and took some time to go to TNA post the walkout. I think she was even being talked about being rolled into the bloodline. You know, sometimes a bloodline is a good thing. Other times it's a really bad thing.
Well, you don't want it to turn into an NWO. When NWO was just black and white, Macho, Hulk Hogan, Nash, and Hall, it was hot. But then when it started getting bigger and bigger, you had Macho, you had Giant, you had all Jeff Bagwell, and all the other ones added in, and then you split them up to become the NWO Red and Black, aka Bloodline 2.0.
So that's a coincidence.
It's like and that's the thing is that you don't want it to become that. You know, you want it to be that special thing. Yeah, it worked then, but if you tried to keep expanding it and trying to do it, it's not the same as it was with the original.
Because at that point you're taking spit wads.
It's like
throwing it against the wall to see if it sticks.
If they brought back DX now with whoever, it wouldn't be the same like it was with the Outlaws and Triple H.
DX.
Plus, they wouldn't get away with a lot of stuff now that they did. So
when they do key anniversary, well, I mean, do I think a DX now could get away with some of the stuff they did in the late '90s? I think Nick Khan and Ari Emanuel and Mark Shapiro are different animals than Vince McMahon trying to please the commercial overlords or in corporate overlords. But DX now, is novelty.
They wouldn't fly today. They wouldn't get away with anything.
I wouldn't say they wouldn't fly, but they're just a novelty act. You've seen enough of them. You know.
Well, yeah.
Shawn and Triple H have long left a wrestler's path in regards to their time walking it.
It's just the way DX was back in the day. Like a lot of stuff they did back in the day, you would not get away with today. They wouldn't be able to do today because of the networks and the sponsors and everything. They would not be able to get away with the stuff they did back then.
You want to know
back then it was privately owned, and even then they almost got kicked off the air. But
USA was like about those comments.
Yeah, so so today DX, it's not for the crowd today.
I agrry. It's
for us old schoolers. Oh yeah, we'd be down for it. But for the new crowd, they would be a fan of it.
Well, a lot of people don't get what was good for us is unnecessary now. Like Rhea throwing a crotch chop. Hey, cool. You know what?
Yeah, that stuff's fine.
But and I was gonna piggyback off of Rick's point here with the NWO. Once they got, so let's see here. You got the first three: Hogan, Nash, Hall. Then we added 6 or X-Pac or Sean Waltman or 1, 2, 3 Kid or Lightning Kid or whatever you want to call him this week. Then you got Show or the Giant or Paul White. Once Ted DiBiase, and then you got Macho Man. Once Ted DiBiase showed up as a manager role, and then they started just piling on with Ray Traylor and Rick Rude and Scott Norton and Buff Bagwell. And
they grew too big, and they thought it. Even Eric Bischoff admitted that they messed up on that.
If you're going to do something, do it like the Heenan family. Heenan had 6 or 7 wrestlers he was managing, but in the same.
Yeah, don't do it like the Don Callis family. Do it like the Heenan family.
Well, outside of Don Callis right now, is Don Callis is taking the Heenan family playbook or the Hart family playbook in returns to Jimmy Hart.
I'm just
saying, he does it well. Same thing with Paul Heyman.
Don Callis has a football team, bro.
Well, I mean, if I had more,
he's got 3 trios in the team right now that he could use.
I mean, if I could announce in Spanish Hechicero's name and get,
oh no, I'm not knocking. I'm just saying, like, it's big.
The horse boulder. Oh, You got to feel for Horace Bolea. Oh my god!
I do agree with this comment. Solo has become, he has gotten a lot better.
Well,
he has
that's
gotten
the
a lot
thing.
better. Basically becoming, developing into a bigger star.
Yeah.
Which who knows? We could down the line we could have some great rivalries. We could probably circle back with Cody and Solo. We probably go with Jacob and Solo because we only got that for a little while. So we can, who knows what we can do there with that. They're both young. They have definitely, especially 5'2". I think 5'2" is the bigger star, but Solo has definitely developed, and him doing the MFT, the MFT thing. They could do more than just faction work though.
So Solo stands out now.
So thing with one thing that's kind of like irked me lately with the White family or White Six and the MFTs is like they always got to be in a faction match. They've had a few one-on-ones here and there, but it's mainly a faction. They got to face each other in a faction match.
And then having Nikki Cross standing there like she's some.
And then Nikki Cross has barely done anything.
Yeah,
I agree with that. So it's like let the White Six branch out in some one-on-one matches, or keep who is it, Joe and Loomis with the tag team titles? Was it?
Yeah.
Keep them in that tag team. Have Rowan go for the maybe U.S. title, or go just a singles feud. No, it doesn't have to be for a title. Just a storyline feud, a singles feud, and the same thing, especially for Uncle Howdy. Like he's hardly done anything.
So kind of to piggyback off of Rick's previous comment about Don Callis and his Olympic team, from my understanding, and this is from my close personal friend of mine, whose name is not Mean Gene Okerlund. That Don Callis is actually providing members of his own family to supplement the Canadian and American bobsled teams.
I don't think he's a solid mid-card guy. I think Solo could be better than that.
I think Solo could be positioned to where he's an effective main event guy.
Which MFT? So 1 second. There's no female to counter Nikki.
Well, yeah, but
Nia Jax, get her involved.
Well,
put her.
Here's a team name that people they're out there. They've worked everywhere but WWE and NXT.
Mm-hmm.
Get the Tonga Twins. You have the Tonga Twins out there.
Yeah.
Then you're over. We're doing what we exactly said the NWO shouldn't have done. Mm-hmm. Is taking too many people to feed off the plate of one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, could Panina Tulipa, or I forget what her ring name and involved is, but she'd be perfect for this. She's a monster.
Yeah.
And when I mean a monster, what is it? Booker T
might be in their plans. They probably have their eyes on her.
What is it? Booker T says. What is it? Booker T says. Monster.
Sorry.
I mean Jasper Troy.
Oh, I love Jasper Troy. Oh, I love Jasper Troy. He's been one of my favorites.
I don't disagree with Stampede on that comment. I mean, we know Nikki and Nia could probably go.
Hey, Nia has gotten better. And she has definitely dropped some. She's definitely
healthier. She's good.
She is. She's looking a lot healthier, and she's continuing on that path. And in my opinion, she's gotten a lot better.
Well, when your peers are Kiana James and Charlotte Flair and Tiffany Stratton and Alexa Bliss, I mean, and Lash Legend. I mean,
Lash Legend's awesome.
People forget Lash Legend, just like Bianca Belair, Division I athletes. People forget Lash Legend is a national champion and a WNBA champion in a previous life. Yes.
I didn't know she won the WNBA title. I knew about the college, but
she won a college title. I'm almost certain she won an WNBA title before she called it a day. But I mean, look at Izzy Dame. Izzy Dame, Division I athlete, got barred from playing European professional volleyball because she chose the WWE over that. I mean, then again, Izzy Dane wouldn't have found Braun Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I think the best way to put it this way in regards to NXT and with Solo Sikoa.
No, she didn't win a WNBA title, but she did
She
play.
was a national. She
played one season. She only played 3 games.
Okay,
but she did win. It was a college championship, but it wasn't like national.
I could have sworn she won. It might have been an NIT title.
Yeah.
Anyhow, but yeah, going on from that to let's move to
Let's keep the train rolling.
Let's move to that.
All right, so we got here for a collision this Saturday. We have the Gates of Agony facing off against the Young Bucks. Winner moves on to the 3-way number 1 contenders match on Dynamite, which has the Rascals, and there's a mystery tag team. Now, I have thought of many different mystery that could happen, but where are they at? Read down there.
Ontario, California.
Mm-hmm. Wait, no.
I mean, they're in the backyard of the Young Bucks anyhow.
So that's California. I thought it was Canada, honestly. Sorry. So there goes my guess, because I was going to guess that Adam Copeland and Christian. But it still could be Adam Copeland and Christian.
It could.
Surprising. But then there's another team that we haven't seen in a while, and I kind of hate that we haven't, because I was a big fan. Private Party. I miss Private Party. They're
who I think
it might, great wrestlers.
You know who I think it might be? Just by looking at this picture.
Who?
Hey, you gotta keep doing the Kofi who's for about 30 seconds. I'm kidding. Okay.
They start people.
I don't think it's Private Party. I think it's the Acclaimed.
The Acclaimed.
I think about it.
I forgot about them. They have been working on their issues.
Or the Guns. It could be the Guns. I would say with the pink background here for the wild card team, it's the Acclaimed.
Then on Dynamite Download podcast, they were talking like it would be the Guns of both Colton and Austin, and whichever one was injured, forgot, he's back.
I think it's
Austin.
Yeah, I think it's Austin that's injured. So Billy's been.
Oh, Private Party left AEW.
Oh, yeah, they were rumored to be going.
Didn't know that.
To Stanford a while back.
So yeah, I would like for it to be Private Party. If it's not, the other one, the Claim wouldn't be bad. They really need to get back together. They do.
I think the devil is in the details with this.
Well, the coloring
match.
The coloring is their colors. That purple, pinkish. That's the Dynamite colors now. So.
But I'm just saying.
But it could be hinting.
It's the devil in the details. And like I said, I think it's the Acclaimed.
We shall see.
I mean, honestly, could you go wrong with the loser?
Private Party has not left AEW as of now. You can't trust the rumors all the time.
Could you go wrong with just making all 3 teams in the same match? Sure, but But anyhow, no.
Let's run down this Grand Slam Australia card real quick, because it's looking great so far. And this isn't the end. There's going to be a few matches announced next week. One of the big there's 2 big ones here. Of course, Hangman versus Andrade in the number 1 contenders match at Revolution. But the other one is the Continental Championship match that I have my eyes on. Will we possibly see a title change? Will Moxley drop the title to Keshna? And then there's the women's tag team titles too. Will we see Mega back?
Could I see Takeshita losing to beating Moxley for it, and then really start setting something up between him and Okada? Yeah, I mean Moxley doesn't need a title.
He does.
Moxley's in a rarefied era in AEW to where he doesn't need a title to put himself over.
But he does elevate the title. So with him having the title isn't bad.
Takeshita Takeshita is, if Okada, I look at it this way, is if Okada and Shinsuke Nakamura had a baby, that would be
what the heck?
Takeshita would be.
What the heck?
I'm just saying. If you could
wild.
Takeshita is more.
This is Unfiltered Wrestling.
If you look at how Takeshita comes off on TV, whether New Japan or AEW or other places like Maple Leaf and whatnot, he's wrestled at. He takes the best of Okada, the best of Nakamura, puts them all together in regards to his presence and his in-ring work.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people don't get about why in-ring has to kind of really reflect out entrance. You could have a great entrance. You could be the narcissist Lex Luger and be standing in front of a set of mirrors and going, "Oh, look at me." But if you're in ring work, if you're only doing 5-minute matches and just being because you're there put into a feud with Yokozuna and Bret Hart, that's just not the shit on Lex Luger. Excuse my language again. You know what? We're gonna figure out a way to take these swears and turn them into something here. But Takeshita, I see Takeshita beating Moxley, it leading up to the eventual feud that we know we're gonna get between him and Okada. Mega Bad, if you look at it, when you see a 5'11" woman doing a suicide dive on Will Nightingale, I'm going with Mega Bad. I honestly, nothing against Harley Cameron, nothing against Will Nightingale. I got Super Bad or Mega Bad. Super
Bad. I got Mega Bad as well. And then, of course, we all know MJF is going to retain the title. The other big one here, this one is the unpredictable one. The loser shit. Well, I wouldn't say unpredictable. Loser shakes their head. I honestly think it's going to be Wheeler Yuta. I think it's going to be Yuta, and this is going to be a way to turn him possibly babyface, and he leaves the Death Riders.
They're already hinting to Moxley being potentially jumped out at some point. So
true.
But
having Yuta go babyface, and he can because he can compete in the TNT title picture. He can compete in maybe go back to the Ring of Honor for the Pure Championship or Ring of Honor Championship, things like that. So,
here's something for you.
He's just been the fall guy a lot lately for Death Riders.
This is my thought. More than likely it's going to be Orange over Yuta. But with recent comments by Toni Storm saying she wouldn't mind having her head shaved if the story meant something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there's that. To have from the quip that Toni Storm busted out on Wednesday night,
I hope
it's going to make Marina look like Mox.
It's got to be one of the males. I would hope it's not in the females.
But
that's just me.
It's been also a long time since them Molly Holly and Serena Deeb days.
He does, Stampede. That's not. I'd just like to see him break out, become be that babyface run again. Because he was a great Ring of Honor Pure champion, and I think he could be even a great Ring of Honor champion.
Could a bald Marina Shafir strike more fear in people's hearts?
I don't see that. That could be the possibility. because of her role.
I mean, I'd be more worried about scaring your child at that point.
Yeah, you're already like frightening. Like when I was at Collision and she walked right in front of me, and I was stepping back, so I was like, I don't want none of that.
Well, I mean, Marina
Don't get me.
Shafir, and what I think WWE did wrong with her, not just because she was Ronda's friend, but really could have focused on her in-ring work, mixing her MMA, and, as to where AEW, especially with having Claudio, Pac, and Moxley there to train with, her in-ring has gotten better because, hey, it's these individuals that she's learning from.
Yeah,
it's her husband that she's learning from. I mean, people, I hate when people put no respect on Roderick Strong's name.
Oh, Roderick Strong's great. So is Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh, yeah.
That Kyle O'Reilly and Kyle Fletcher feud that they had last year was phenomenal.
The way I see them book, the way I see them booking the Eliminator match between El Idolo and Hangman.
I got Andrade.
I got a Hangman. And the reason why will not necessarily shock you, but it'll go back to the match.
I know it's shocking that I'm not choosing Hangman, but I'm going with Andrade.
I think Omega makes a run in, distracts El Idolo and Hangman and MJF meet at Revolution. But Brody King, if you want to maximize off what was yelled the other night, like Rick was trying to kind of poke the political bear here, me personally, fans have a right to say what the hell they want to say.
First Amendment, right?
I served this nation's Air Force. I served in Iraq. I served to defend the right for people to speak their piece. I'm just as much for, law enforcement and civil service, first responders, as I am people having the right to protest. Now, when it gets stupid and violent, then everybody should take a back seat and go,
it's
okay.
Protest, then it's a riot.
It's a riot. It's a harmful event instead of one meaning to invoke thought and voice to come to common civil discourse. But, there is nothing wrong with people being tired of what they're seeing on television, what they're being told. The biggest liar in much of what the world what we deal with is the fact that wrestling, go back to September 13th or September 14th, 2001. Do we remember, or, it might have been September 12th, 2001.
It was September.
It was the day. It was Thursday.
I think it was the 14th.
It was either the 13th or 14th, 2001.
WWE had their, basically, we're just going to have fun. There's basically no feuds, no nothing.
They just went out and showcased.
They just went out and showcased, which I thought was great.
And that's the thing is wrestling has always been a benchmark for popular culture, but it also, in some respects, political related tomfoolery. I mean, the matches we've had, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, two wrestling school kids just getting in the middle of the ring and scrapping and a whole bunch of makeup.
I'm just one. Personally, I don't like seeing political messages in my sports or entertainment.
I don't either, but
and that goes for both sides of the spectrum. I don't like what WWE's been doing it lately. What they're doing, I'm just not one to get involved because it always leaves that sour taste in everyone's mouth, and it kind of pushes fans away, either or. because everybody's got an opinion, everybody's got a belief on what's going on in the world today on things. So, and if I get it, it's our First Amendment right.
Yeah.
And so them
But-
not censoring it. I kind of wish they did because I just don't like seeing politics in my.
I get how you feel, and I agree with you. For
It'd
the
be the
most
same
part.
way if in WWE event they're chanting like MAGA or something. Like I don't want to see politics.
I don't see making America great again ever be.
I'm just saying, like it. I'm here to enjoy my wrestling show. I don't want to see. I don't want to see any politics or anything like that because that's how stuff get heated. And people, because wrestling's supposed to bring everyone together, but when you involve politics, then that's when the diverse comes in because everybody's got a different opinion.
Well, look at what happened with Hogan at the Netflix premiere. Because he was attached to the Trump campaign at the time. It was he got booed out of the Intuit Dome. And that's the thing is as you just said, as we just said, politics shouldn't really play into what we feel as far as professional wrestling. Yeah. It should be wrestling was meant to be an escape. Watching people put their bodies on the line, wishing that you had that medium yourself in your mind to be able to go and do and beat up who you perceive as evil or good or when you bring politics and even religion sometimes into things, it just takes away. Now like I said, I think Hangman goes on to face MJF at Revolution.
I'm thinking Andrade, but Hangman. If Hangman wins, I'm for it.
I think Brody King and MJF finish in a DQ. That way, Brody still stays strong. So down the road,
MJF
throw him on the
MJF does something to get a disqualification. I can see that.
And that, like I said, it keeps Brody strong, and it'll allow Brody to be in the picture in the future.
Or how about this? Something I thought about last night after I watched the show. What if Bandito comes out and he's at ringside and he tries to help, but then yet the MJF kind of pokes the bear, not Brody King, but Bandito, and it causes Bandito to do something to where it causes a disqualification, and then you got a Brody King and Bandito feud.
I don't know if you want to go away from the legs you still have with Bandito.
Well, you can. They kind of already have gone away from Bandito. We haven't seen them in a while together. So,
do we want to go over the no surrender?
And then what if this is a way to get Brody King to go after the Ring of Honor World Championship?
Right,
the Ring of Honor title.
You got a good point there. So
I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's just something.
Do we want to discuss this no surrender card real quick?
We can discuss this a little bit, and then of course we'll give a shout out to my boy Killer Krause, and then SmackDown Elimination Chamber real quick because we're a little over time.
Yeah.
No surrender. This looks like the final card, so it's not too bad.
I think you get one or two more matches on this card.
There might be one or two. It might even be the pre-show matches.
Because you're missing a Santana match. So
he's in the tag team. You got Santana.
Oh, okay.
And Slater up against Nick Nemeth and Eddie Edwards. Which Nick Nemeth, Eddie Edwards. Nick Nemeth still has the Car Shot trophy, which he can call it any time. I'm thinking he might do it on this night after the match. Eddie Edwards has a guaranteed world title shot because of his briefcase. And then you got the Hardys and the Righteous teaming up. This is going to be interesting. I'm liking the story between the Righteous and the Hardys. I really am. And they're going up against Order 4. And then you got Stax and Trey Miguel. I hope Trey Miguel wins. I really do. And I really love how TNA re-signed him and gave him the spot back. And then Ariana Grace, her winning this Knockouts title. That would be – now, if Stax retains his title, then Ariana Grace winning would be better, make more sense. If he doesn't, then Li Yingli can retain the title.
I mean, Do I think there could be some chicanery in that one match to where the result of one forecasts the result of the other? Yeah. I see Stacks retaining, even though for Trey Miguel to come back and show loyalty and be thankful himself to the company for reemploying him after.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing is social media.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if a company, a Fortune 500 company, is sitting there going, "Oh, we can't employ him because this is what," some people should go check out Lyra Valkyria's 2014, 15.
Well, here's the thing,
Team
and I made my opinion about that on a TNA review because that definitely did frustrate me because this is business. All right, your personal views should not affect. All right, this is Trey Miguel and him joining his brothers in AEW,
Mm-hmm.
and he got the axe because of somebody higher up in WBD didn't like what he said 8 years ago. Okay, that's 8 years ago. How many? So I have definitely.
Well, look at Zachary.
I have definitely would say my thoughts have changed over time. You know, once at one time I thought this was okay, or I believe this, and then
look at Zachary.
And then now something's different.
But
and now
whether
Trey Miguel still thinks or believes what he said, I can't even see what he said years ago.
I mean, I think it was something homophobic. It was the intent.
Everybody has an opinion. Okay. That's the freedom of speech. And then if you want to allow these ice chants on, but you can't allow someone to have that, then that's just one sided.
Here's the thing. Do you remember what I texted you this weekend? Or texted you this week when somebody was trying to say you were being a tribalist?
Oh yeah.
I said everybody's got an opinion. Everybody is just like everybody's asshole. It's not fact. It's just an opinion.
Yeah.
If people can't enjoy the respectful civil discourse of an opinion, then why do we even have them?
Well, Stampede, I respectfully disagree because yes, you might say it at one time, but later on you might think or believe differently.
And I agree with Stampede in the sense, but we've got to kind of give, unless they are being absolutely ugly, and I mean disgustingly ugly.
Yeah.
Where there's no level of redemption possible.
I wouldn't say there's no level of redemption. Everybody has a chance to redeem themselves.
Exactly.
The thing that people say at one point in time, you also got to consider the emotions involved. You also got to consider what they were raised and what they believed in. You also got to consider a lot of factors to why they said what they said. And with that, it kind of I kind of go back to the Hulk Hogan thing, what he said 30 years ago.
Mm.
Was it right? No. I'm not going to say it's right at all. I don't like that kind of talk at all. But he has apologized. He has public.
It's what 2009 that happened to Hulk.
That was 2001.
No. The Hulk comments came out.
It was like 2000.
I think it was later than that. I think it was closer to 2010.
It was
when he got busted.
That's when he got busted, but when he said it was before that.
No. I think that this was in the midst of them closing out the Hogan Knows Best show. So late 2000s was when he got busted by.
What I saw when someone repeating was like a record. Somebody's recording him saying the negative comment that he said, and then it wasn't on television. It was him having a conversation with somebody.
It was him sleeping with a supposed best friend's wife, and he was being recorded in the background talking about Brooks' significant other, off-screen significant other at the time. I think it was closer to 2010.
Even still,
but
that was still, regardless, it was still 20-something years ago. And for people, like the disgusting comments I saw online after Hulk's passing last year was just, I don't even care if you follow me. I didn't even care if you blocked me. I blocked some of them as myself because it was not it was not right.
No, I agree with you there.
And something Hulk has repeatedly come out and apologized for. And if you don't forgive him, you don't forgive him. But just imagine this: what the big man upstairs never forgave us.
The problem with the world a lot of times is when they get into these kind of, remember when they did this, they're no good. You know, let's put
It's
it
like
this
the
way.
whole Tessa Blanchard thing, just like that.
You know,
We don't know the whole entire story behind it. We just know, oh, she said whatever, and she has repeatedly come out and apologized for it.
And then La Rosa Negra has
Who?
even sat there. The person that she supposedly bullied and smeared with epithet after epithet during a run, I believe, either in Japan, Canada, or it wasn't something close. It wasn't something American. It wasn't stateside, I don't think. I think it might have been a run of Japan. And it might have been, I don't know if Tess has ever wrestled in Stardom, but it may have been hanging out in Stardom. And it was toward, and Chelsea Green. You know, well, Rosa Negra has been on record saying that, hey, by the way, I forgive Tessa. You know, the one that Tessa supposedly or allegedly, because, you know, everything is alleged. Everything is proven innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
In this world. Should be, at least. A lot of times we go reverse. But the thing about it is, yes, you made the mistake. You owned up to your mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You've ridden the heat for your mistake. It's time to move on. You know, unless you were doing something heinous. Like MJF said the other day, doesn't matter what side of the coin you're on, pedophilia is unconscionably evil. You know, as long as you're not we can all disagree.
Oh yeah,
with how somebody lives, and you know what? Beauty of it is, I can keep it to myself how I feel. You know, I look at it this way as somebody who's libertarian. Not my life, not my worry. Am I going to sit there and extend the golden rule to the next person beside me, whether they're straight, gay, bi, trans, black, white, Hispanic? Yeah, because guess what? We were all raised right, or at least we hope we were raised right.
Even if you weren't, you can still change.
I mean, you look at Nyla Rose and Kid Bandit. You know, I don't see them as trans women. I see them as women. You know, they wrestle as women. You know, they live their life as women. Is that not to sit there and go against Bible teaching or medical? That wrestling is an escape. Like TNA was an escape from WWE.
Yep.
You know,
AEW has an escape from WWE. WWE's escape from AEW. You know,
wrestling was meant to be that fantasy world you could get locked into, enjoy, let the stresses of the day go.
Yep.
And that's the sad thing is, you know, yes, Hulk Hogan said it. Has he been forgiven by his peers? Some he has. Others Titus O'Neil has even come out on record saying that, you know, after working with Hogan at WrestleMania 37, he didn't hold on to that disdain for Hogan anymore, because he saw that Hogan was regretful for what he did. You look at what Mark Henry said on the TMZ thing. You know, as a Christian, has Mark Henry forgiven Hulk? Yeah. As a person, probably not. But
yeah,
you're
it's not
eternal.
either you did or you didn't.
You're mortal versus your eternal.
Mhm.
You know, I will never forgive the person who negatively affected my family years ago. But in the same breath, as a Christian, it is not my place to judge. There's one person in the world or in the universe that can judge, and it ain't me. And it isn't the guy on the bench, and it isn't this, that, and everything else.
Amen.
It's it because I mean, Paul Heyman has said things in Saudi Arabia as a Jewish man that would have got him thrown out of the country 5 seconds later.
I did not know he was Jewish.
Oh yeah,
That's news
I mean,
to me.
but the thing about it is, we live, we learn, we
We've all
realize our
said and
mistakes.
done things in our past.
Yeah, we realize our mistakes, and we mature from said mistakes. If you choose not to, then that's on that person.
If you choose not to, then that's when you continue to pray for them and you still forgive them.
Exactly. And
Because
you tell them,
again,
bless your heart. Bless your heart, because, you know.
but the moment they also come out and say, I'm sorry, I was wrong, then that's when you definitely embrace them and forgive them and show them that, hey, yep, you was wrong. We tried to tell you. We tried to tell you. And then, there's some things that I've said, even as of late. And
good story, real quick. Good story for you, real quick. When I was stationed in San Antonio at Lackland Air Force Base, I was invited to a party in Southeast San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
And Southeast San Antonio is predominantly Hispanic. And they, down there, they don't care if you're white or you're black. They just care if you have a full plate and if you're having a good time. That's the thing, is too many people see this and then go and try to quote Dr. Martin Luther King. We need to get back to the context of somebody's character, not necessarily the flesh sitting on the bones of a person.
I just say we need to get back to forgiveness.
Well, I mean, that's the thing is
because God said, you forgive, I'll forgive you. You don't, then I won't forgive you.
And God has never said that a person can't be forgiven. They can be forgiven.
There is one unforgivable sin, he said.
Well, but what I'm saying though is he realized he in his words is, and it's a loose interpretation. Obviously, one can forgive, but never forget. Don't forget what happened, but forgive the person and allow that person the grace to be able to mature and move on themselves, even if they trespassed against.
Well, what does the Bible say about forgiveness, though? When he forgives us, he remembers our sins no more. So I think forgiveness and forgetting is in the same context. I've heard people say that I could forgive but not forget, but when God said, yeah, I forgive you and I remember your sins no more, that means he forgets them too.
Exactly. Now this gentleman right here up in this upper right as I'm looking, left as you're looking corner.
This guy is real quick. We're gonna run through this real quick. This guy's named Adam Brooks. He wrestled on TNA opening match against Trey Miguel. And one reason I have this comment by Stampede, because TNA does need to fill the roster. And I think this guy right here would definitely add to the TNA roster. There's some other free agents out there, but I seen this guy wrestle on Thursday night, and he had a phenomenal match with Trey Miguel. And not only that, he wrestled on Battle Riot in MLW in the Battle Riot match, and he had a strong showing in that as well. Adam Brooks is awesome wrestler. If you don't follow him, I highly encourage you to do so on X. He is from Melbourne, Australia, mate.
Good hand, by the way. I agree with you there.
He would be great signing for TNA. TNA definitely needs it. I would even go as far as say sign Killer Cross. Sign Killer Cross. He has the star power. I mean, I love him in MLW. And speaking of Killer Cross and this Battle Riot, as y'all can see here, this happened Thursday, and your new MLW World Champion, the devil you know versus the devil you don't. Don't cross a killer. Tick-tock. The clock is ticking. Killer Cross is your new Major League Wrestling World Champion.
Two certified members of the Cross cult here. But I mean, Killer Cross. We keep getting for months this cleanse thing with Eric Young. Mm-hmm. There is right there in the center picture the perfect person to make your biggest heel of the group.
The cleansing?
The cleanse.
The cleanse?
Yeah.
I love it.
But real quick with the no surrender, if we can go back to the no surrender card real quick.
What you got there?
Let's see here. I got Slater and Santana, but I think there's going to be some chicanery. Some shenanigans after that match. Or
Cross versus
if you
Branson. Cross versus Branson happened another independent wrestler promotion. I'm trying to remember what it was. It happened a few days ago. Oh, crap. What was it? Hold on.
Was it ALW?
No, it wasn't MLW.
No, I said ALW.
Oh, ALW? No. I know ALW. What are you talking about?
Let's see here. Order 4 versus the Hardys and the Righteous. I don't even know why that match was even booked.
Here seriously. It is. First time ever. Revolver. Oh, yeah. So that happened last night. I'm going to have to go watch that match.
Oh, Wrestling Revolver?
Wrestling Revolver. How can you watch that? Is that on YouTube? I'm going to have to look. Yeah,
I think you can see it on YouTube, and I think it shows on Triller.
He showed up with the world title.
Yeah.
Another world title. I want to watch that match. I love Brad Branson. He's one of my favorites in TNA. And, man, if we could just get Killer Cross over there.
This is where TNA hurts their booking. Why are we...
I ordered this shirt, by the way. I had to.
Oh, I love
Blood
it.
King of the Battle Riot. If you want it, go to MLWshop.com. Any other great shirts on there as well. But this shirt, as soon as I saw it, I had to add to my Killer Cross this collection. As you can see here, I'm representing my boy today. And WWE's lost, but MLW's gain. That's what I gotta say.
So with I don't get the pairing of Order 4. I mean, I do get Order 4.
It's kind of run its course,
but
it's kind of like
the Hardys and the Righteous.
Oh, it's a 16-minute match across.
How are you going to book those two when you just booked them for a recent pay-per-view against each other?
It's part of the story. I think it's eventually going to turn into another TNA title tag team match, and the Righteous will win.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right.
It's just part of the story. They're manipulating the Hardys.
If you're trying to go left to come right, sometimes you got to make the left going right make sense. You know what I mean?
But if you go left like NASCAR, no, I was kidding.
But yes, I think Order 4 is even. Well, if you go left 3 times, you can cross the finish line.
Daytona 500s next weekend.
Well, nobody that I know races anymore, so I haven't watched NASCAR in forever.
On to a few. One of my favorites right now is new number 3, Austin Dillon.
Well, I mean, number 3 car
Chase Young. He's still one of my favorites.
Let's see here. I got the Righteous getting the win.
Yeah, I got Hardys and Righteous. I got the Righteous getting the pin. One of them.
Yeah, I think it'll be. I think it'll be Dutch. Dutch will.
He had a weird pin last night.
Stacks versus Trey Miguel. I see Stacks retaining if Ariana Grace wins.
Depends on which is first.
I see Trey Miguel winning if Lee retains.
I agree. It depends on which match. Like if the ladies go on first or before the international title, then I can see Stacks either winning or losing. But if Stacks goes on and whether he wins or loses, then it'll show who. I mean, who knows? They might have Stacks drop the title or Grace win the title. Who knows?
Real quick, and we're gonna leave this the next 10 minutes because I know you got to do some things, sir.
I do.
Some alibis from earlier. Rain, can't remember the last name.
Roman Reigns.
No, Rain.
Reigns.
She's a British talent.
Oh, the comment earlier. Hold on,
yeah,
I get it. Found it.
Okay. Rain Leverkusen is believed to have been signed by WWE. That's a good pickup for the women's division right there.
Yep.
And she's a metalhead.
Metalhead.
So she might be actually pretty entertaining.
Yep.
And then
a female Brody King, you say?
I think it was Mr. Barlow that brought up the about.
Oh, thank you, Stampede. I appreciate it.
That brought up, the inspiration or the Iconics.
There's a word that they're signing with the AEW.
Well, and that's building your women's tag team division right there. That's what that says. Is
and
you can say
way better than the Village Twins. I'm sorry.
You could say I mean, I would love them back in WWE, and WWE actually makes sense because
no. I'm not saying I said they're way better than the Village Twins.
Oh well, I mean anybody. Hold on, let me shut my mouth, or we're gonna lose.
Yeah,
viewers.
let's stop before we get attacked here.
Yeah, we're gonna lose viewers. Maybe I don't know. But I mean, should the inspiration be in WWE? Sure. I mean, Spears is there. Spears is a player coach for NXT.
Spears might be thinking about going back to WWE.
Yeah, I think he's already sat there and said that he's not leaving WWE this time. But
people say things.
Cassie and Jessica are still young enough to where they can make a mark in other companies that don't have the letters WWE.
Just in. Dynamite had another 650 plus viewer Dynamite last night.
That's pretty good. That's
Heck yeah.
I mean,
not counting the HBO Max numbers.
Look here, Took.
Hey, I'm not saying they're over a million. I'm just saying I don't know. I can give a guesstimate. They could be over 500,000 to give them over a million views. It might be 100 or 200. I don't know. It's not including the HBO Max.
If we're not picking on each other with some levity and some fun, thinking that Nielsen is really going to give us the right ratings, you got another thing coming. Man,
this Rain girl been perfect for the Stranger Things episode. It kind of looks like one of the.
Oh, she is ridiculously good. She was part of Bailey's Lodestone.
So she's going to be joining Bailey, you say?
She was part of Bailey's Lodestone seminar a few months back. I know she had a tryout when WWE was over in Europe here recently. But yeah, I mean, this would be somewhere where I would hire back Shotzi. I would hire back Shotzi and bring her in.
Ooh, her
and exactly, you could build your women's tag team division to which it looks like WWE's finally figured out how to do. Now they just got to figure out the men's stuff, not defending every 60 days. But that's the thing is, if you bring in these name talent of people over there, over here, and other places, seeing, love. I mean, Julia. Julia's a perfect example.
Yeah, but tonight she's in a tag team title match with Kiana James against Rio.
I think, even though it's already been forecast that it's Rio versus the Bellas, I think, legitimately, if Julia and Kiana could legitimately upset Rio
Facts. That's why she left Stampede. I saw her live at Game Changer Wrestling last year against Matt Cardona. My gosh.
She's not a WWE prototype, even though this first time we saw Ashley Urbanski.
One of my favorite parts,
was
she got on top of the bar and it hit Matt Cardona over the head with a bottle and then jumped on him. I was like, bro.
Did she hit Cardona with a garage beer can or something?
Yeah. Gosh. So tonight's SmackDown card, we got Drew McIntyre obviously appearing. He's a WWE champion. Liv Morgan is scheduled to appear to tease with Jade Cargill. We all know she's going to choose the World Championship. Rhea Ripley and Io putting their tag team titles on the line against Julia and Kiana James. Elimination Chamber qualifying match. You got the women's side, Lash Legend, Tiffany Stratton, and Chelsea Green. On the men's side, you got Aleister Black, Solo Sikoa, and the Viper, Randy Orton.
Say that women's triple threat again.
The triple threat is Lash Legend, Tiffany Stratton, versus Chelsea Green, which Tiffany's on the poster here, so I'm thinking Tiffany's going to win.
I mean, Tiffany is likely is going to win, but it should be Chelsea.
After the comments Chelsea Green said about she gives the numbers out of AEW or contacts of AEW to those who get released, I don't know. Just the booking of her lately has seemed different.
I don't think.
I agree. They need to get her out of the tag team division and put Julia in the freaking world title division top story. Stop putting her in these.
Yeah. But if you want to prove to the world that Chelsea Green isn't just a stepping stone, let her shock Lash and Tiffany. Put her in the match. Then you can throw some last chance battle royal or fatal 4-way or fatal 6-way or 6-pack challenge to get your last. But yeah, I mean Chelsea's earned her place in WWE to where she should be in the conversation.
She's one of the top stars in my opinion.
Now,
her and Matt Cardona deserve way better this run in WWE than they did the last one.
You said Solo, Aleister Black, and
so on the men's side, you got Aleister Black, man, that first one I miss Malachi Black, so much easier. Right. Solo Sikoa and Randy Orton. I say Randy Orton wins, and this is my wild prediction for Elimination Chamber. At Elimination Chamber, Cody's not going to be in the chamber. Here's what I'm getting at. We're going to have a triple threat for the WWE Championship at Elimination Chamber between Drew, Cody, and Jacob. Fatu! You know what I mean? And Cody's going to win the title. Jacob Fatu will be the fall guy and gets the pin. Cody wins back to WWE Championship. Winner of the 2026 Elimination Chamber, the Viper, Randy Orton. And then we get Randy versus Cody. What is WWE's main thing lately? Or TKO, I should say. Blockbuster. Billy Ray said it on his podcast past week. Blockbuster. What's going to draw the money? What's going to be the top draw?
Randy versus
What has been the big talk of Cody the past couple of years?
Cody.
Randy versus Cody.
But then here lies the question. Is this the company? Is this TKO? Is this Dwayne The Rock Johnson? Is this Mark Shapiro? Is this Ari Manuel, Nick Khan, Triple H sitting there saying that Drew McIntyre should not be able to take a championship into WrestleMania?
I think because who's their top guy? Cody Rhodes right now. Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, top guys. Roman Reigns has his title match. Main event. I'm taking night 1 of WrestleMania against Punk. Night 2, Randy versus Cody. Randy gets the win and wins the title over Cody.
I don't think that you'll see a night 2 main event for I think WWE Championship is going to headline night 1 and the World Heavyweight Championship is going to be night 2. Well, it's already been said that the World Heavyweight
CM
Championship
Punk statement, he said it doesn't matter night 1 or night 2, you're main eventing WrestleMania. Well, so with that, that's
no contest already announced that it's locked in for Sunday night. So,
really? Okay, cool. So guaranteed Roman winning.
The watching paint dry will be the Universal Championship champion again.
Watching paint dry. See, this is another bit. They stopped calling it the undisputed WWE Championship. It is a WWE Championship. The Universal title is retired. Stop calling it undisputed. It's not undisputed. It is the WWE Championship, WWE World Championship, and WWE Championship. Just saying.
Well, I mean, if you go by the Winged Eagle, it was the WWE or WWF World Heavyweight Wrestling Championship. But
I mean, I would love for them to go back to having one world title instead of two. Because
we've talked about that.
A lot of their star powers, a lot of stars, they could go for the titles.
Now,
it's like what AEW is doing right now. How many top stars right now for AEW is going for that world title? About 6 of them at least. Right now, you get it split with WWE between both sides.
Right off the bat.
I mean, it makes it fun with having 2 nights of WrestleMania. You get two world titles on the line. But then here's
at least 6. At least 6 I can count off the top of my head for AEW.
So imagine if there's only one world title in WWE, especially having this Elimination Chamber. Man, you could have, let's say Punk was the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. You could have Cody Rhodes in this chamber, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, Drew McIntyre, Braun Breaker even. I mean, bro, just think.
I was going to tell Stampede, he can forget about half the things Punk said in AEW.
Bro, Punk has gone against everything he said in AEW.
Yeah.
Everything he said in AEW, all those promos that he talked about, talking negative about WWE, grass ain't green on the other side, blah, blah, blah. He has definitely gone 100% against everything that he said.
Yeah, he's already gone the other way to the left as far as how he felt about AEW.
And that is why I don't respect Punk as much as I used to in 2014. I was a big Punk fan. But then when he left the way he did because he wasn't getting his main event match and he was gone for that long for professional wrestling, and then he returns to AEW, and I was like, okay, awesome, fresh start. He turns to AEW. He's going to help the company and all that. Now, granted, and I've stated this several times, because of the unprofessionalism and the childish immaturity ways out of everybody in the Punk, Elite, Hangman, whole segment. Everybody was at fault. Everybody blames. So one side blames Punk, one side blames the Elite and Hangman. I blame everybody, especially Tony Khan, because he should have been the boss and nipped everything in the bud and said, look, if y'all don't stop acting professional, you're getting suspended and you're fined. This is bullcrap. We're not doing this here. We're here to elevate AEW. Here to elevate everybody else here. Put your egos to the side. I don't care what beef you got with anybody. Put it to the side. Act professional. Go out there and perform. If you can't do that, then bye.
Well, you're also talking about a 3-year-old company versus a 6-year-old company now, to where they've kind of matured, grown, and understood.
They have. But imagine if he did everything then. Punk, I would say, would still be there. And you would, there would be, I think it'd just be a different outcome for AEW.
But that's what I'm saying is at the time AEW was 3 years old when Brawl Out happened, and then
23 of 8 or 22 of Brawl Out.
They were 3 years old at that point,
right? And I know they were young, and Tony Khan has learned.
I think that the beauty of Tony Khan learning. Mm-hmm. That
just like when Vince McMahon started, I'm sure he learned all that things.
It's better to be proactive, which I think he's kind of reversed his mindset on releases in a large sense, where you finish out your contract in the past, but he's willing to release now.
But there is in my opinion, like common sense. Okay, you're having this issue going on in your company at the time.
Yeah.
Okay, Punk and the Elite are not getting along. Okay. You're the boss. Okay, if I'm the boss of a company and I have my coworker or my employees having beef and threatening to fight, or they fought, well, if they fought, they're fired.
But
you're having this beef. Punk could easily have been fired.
I agree.
The Elite could easily have been fired. Whose company is it? It's Tony Khan. It's not the
Elite. Well, the thing about it is are you going to fire listed corporate officers and then because the beauty of being a private company versus a publicly traded one, is it's not going to necessarily hurt you if you fire the Bucks. It's not.
Yeah,
They'll just take their ball and go somewhere else.
It would have hurt AEW whoever got fired because the Bucks are loved.
Well, yeah, it's a Kobayashi Maru.
Loved, same as Kenny Omega, and same as whoever else was involved in that whole backstage brawl.
Well, I mean, if we go by what was said, Kenny Omega was holding Larry while everybody else was.
I mean, if that's true,
what's scrapping?
I love Kenny. I love him to death, but wrong is wrong.
I mean,
wrong is wrong. Even if it was Hangman himself, he went in there pop Punk in the mouth. I would have called him straight out. Nope, it's wrong. You shouldn't have done that.
You couldn't blame Tony in the moment. You couldn't.
I blame Tony because he could have nipped everything, had everybody. He could have stopped Punk from talking. Like took the mic, said, "All right, that's enough. Get out of here. I'll finish up." You
know who I blame, and it's not Tony Khan. It's not the Bucks. It's not Punk. It's not Omega. Is the fact that you had producers back there, you had senior talent, veterans that should have known right off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make the boss, you can't make the owner of the company do everything. That was like telling Vince McMahon when he had majority share in WWE prior to TKO. And even then, a significant share of WWE post TKO merger. That before Janelle Grant, mind you. Go back to Brett. Vince McMahon will tell you right off the bat, did I deserve getting punched by Bret Hart? You damn right I did. Because what did it do? It made for great television.
Yeah.
It helped. It helped Brett sell the fact that WWE did him wrong, did his family wrong, so that when Brett came back to the fold, when he was inducted into the Hall of Fame, it meant more that bridge over troubled water was rebuilt, and that that axe was buried. Now, are we ever going to see Triple H and Bret Hart ever get along? Probably not. But we live in a world where eventually people are forgiven for their sins. It comes with time. It comes with maturity. It comes with wisdom and age. But biggest thing I think people need to understand about Brawl Out and then what happened at All in London is that when you got to kind of nip the egos and learn to nip their egos right off the bat, or it continues. And I think that's what Tony Khan learned from those two incidences is lean on my people instead of being expected to have to nursemaid and nanny a whole bunch of petulant children. That's why I think Tony Khan has figured out if a wrestler is a cancer, whether it's male or female, he's learned to just release them so that way they can get on about their business. Instead of whining to social media, oh, I'm not getting pushed. There's a whole crap ton same people that weren't getting pushed in AEW that aren't getting pushed in WWE right now. That went from WWE to AEW and AEW back to WWE.
And I've said this many times. One company will flop with one and do better than the other, and then vice versa. So it's those that WWE flopped Tommaso Ciampa, but AEW also flopped Powerhouse Hobbs. WWE flopped Andrade. AEW is not right now.
Are we gonna? Okay, don't make me think we're gonna mention the old floppy one who thinks his legacy was ruined. Are we going to talk about him?
No. So real quick on that one. So I've seen a lot of people say things about him, or I said what I said on X, on Twitter, because people are saying, "Oh, you're not understanding." He's like, no, if he were just talking about his personal experience, which he did, but he also pointed out that, oh yeah, but WWE ruins the fun and ruins the legacies and love of wrestling and such. Okay, well, I like to he. It's funny. You can't speak for Roman Reigns. Can't speak for Cody Rhodes. Can't speak for the many of the legends in WWE. There
AJ Shinsuke.
has WWE flopped some possible legendary careers? Sure.
But you can't
But
I get
for
what you're
Ricochet to say, well, I didn't like from my experience because of whatever. What he got he got a WrestleMania match, 2, I believe. He was Intercontinental United States champion. Did they drop the ball on him a few times?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I agree.
the thing about this long term, when WWE knew they weren't re-signing Ricochet, they still left his return, if he did return to the company, open-ended when he got beat up by Breaker. I think it was Breaker. I think it was Breaker slamming him into that windshield out there in the parking lot. They left it open-ended, thinking, oh, hey, well, door's always open if you want to come back.
Ricochet is flopping himself. I agree.
And like I said
I think
earlier,
I wouldn't say he like completely burned the bridge. He did for now, anyway. Because Punk has said worse, and he's back with the company. But I did think I did think he started the fire. So, yeah. The whole Punk Ricochet deal. He just was. I get that you were frustrated of how they treated you over there and your experience in booking, but you ain't got to completely knock WWE because they don't ruin legacies. There are many legendary wrestlers. My favorite, HBK, Shawn Michaels, the GOAT, John Cena, hello, Triple H, Randy Orton, list goes on. And there's some wrestlers that they have missed the mark on. There's some wrestlers that they had that could have been better, and then they weren't. So it's there. But
and I will say this for said old flippy one.
Last words.
We went from an era where walk to walk, talk to talk.
Mm-hmm.
What was the biggest selling point to put butts in seats, and into what gets you time in those upper cards. We forget now that it's merch, it's your ability to talk, and your ability to draw somebody into those seats so you can sell your merch that companies like WWE and AEW and TNA are now looking at, because the ratings don't necessarily matter anymore. And I said this the other day, and I'll stick to it. And this will be the last thing I say about this topic, so we can close this show for this week. Is the fact that Ricochet couldn't speak on mic in WWE, and that his biggest moment in WWE was not in NXT. It came at the expense of a YouTuber, or at least to the benefit of a YouTuber at a Royal Rumble in San Antonio, for which I was live in the crowd on the floor looking up and going, holy crap. And the legitimate earned holy shit chant that they too got. Yes, could he have been booked better and booked to be put over Logan Paul at SummerSlam later that year? You damn Skippy. Should have been. But, sometimes you learn not to burn bridges, because what if AEW gets tired of them?
Yeah.
And this has got nothing against Trevor Mann, the man, Samantha Mann, his wife.
Mm-hmm.
This is, you don't want to be warriored. You don't want to be Rybacked. You don't want to, you don't want to be some of these guys that talk themselves literally right out of the business because, I have a grievance. That's the thing, is we've got to remind them, we don't bring anything to the table as far as what you do in ring, but we are bringing the dollar to your wallet, to your bank account. And if we're not liking what we're seeing, okay, we're going to have that opinion. When you and I started this, I'm going to wrap this up after I say this. When we started this, it was unfiltered. We were going to speak unfiltered about how we felt. If we critique WWE, we're going to critique WWE. If we're going to critique TNA, AEW, X, Y, and Z, we're going to do it because you know what? It's fair to all that they're going to get their flowers, but they're also going to get a peace of mind to something we didn't like, that we think they could do better. I mean, and we're not, we don't sit in AEW or WWE or TNA or X, Y, and Z creative. Sometimes I think Stampede should. You're welcome, Stampede. But yeah, we do this.
Acknowledge me. There you go, Stampede.
But honestly, we speak to the fact that we're gonna give you 10s, but when you earn a 2, we're gonna tell you why you earn 2 and earn a 2. So anyhow, I'm gonna start to close out of this show tonight, since we get Aaron to do it every other night. It has been a good week in professional wrestling. Tonight we have SmackDown in less than an hour. Aaron's got to do his husbandly and fatherly duties. Follow us on our respective accounts. For me, it's going to be FTCS Podcast at Twitter, on YouTube, on Discord now. I'm on Discord.
So am I. Both are.
Aaron's is pretty much the same across the board as well. A_L_W_ podcast at the YouTube, at the Twitter, at the Discord. We might actually even sit on Stampede's video shows every once in a while and do a sing along. Mind you, I don't sing, so we can already get that out of the way. But this has been Aaron Loves Wrestling from the Cheap Seats Podcast, presenting to you Unfiltered Wrestling. We will see you Tuesday. Hopefully, we will have the 2 guests that we were supposed to have tonight. One I know is moving. The other one is a little busy with plans. So, and it'll be the first time that me and Took have spoken since a past conversation on the Twitter. He probably forgot it. I probably forgot it, what it was about. But yeah, hopefully we'll get Mike and Took on here. If you feel like you want to come on, talk, we'll have you. We're not the subject matter expert by any means. We like to hear what you say. Stampede. I'd love to have Stampede on here every day of the week. But
there's a surprise coming.
Oh, did you book Stampede?
Maybe. Maybe. We will see on the next episode.
Because then me and my OG old school professional wrestling buddy and I can talk wrestling again.
Yep.
Now, and we can keep hearing something. It's coming. Hey, don't add, subtract, divide, multiply. If you already know what I mean. We'll see you Tuesday.
All right, y'all. See y'all. Y'all heard it. Go follow, subscribe. Thank y'all for joining. Appreciate all y'all. Love y'all. Remember, love professional wrestling. Peace out.
From From the first bout to the last stand. This is for every fan who loves it. I am Dr. Love, and this is Aaron Love's Wrestling. Yeah! Turn the lights on, hear the crowd ignite. Heartbeat pounds on a Friday night. From the territory days to the modern age, every ring's a war, from every match to every stage. I grew up on legends, I learned to believe in heroes, villains, the blood, and you can see the love I have. It is all on my sleeve, from Dusty Rhodes to Bright Marquee. Wrestling is in my blood, there's no hate in me. Hear the roar when the music hits, goosebumps when the champion appears. Every style, every fight, every ring, one love for the business. I am here to bring the love and the passion in every review. Aaron loves wrestling. AEW, WWE, NWA, New Japan, TNA. It doesn't matter about the brand, I love it all. Aaron loves wrestling. My heart is in the ring. No walls, no wars, just the passion for the business that I bring. Aaron loves wrestling. Fire, one world, one voice, taking us higher. Monday Night Raw to Friday Night SmackDown, Saturday Night Main Event under the neon lights. And NXT has the rising stars, the future is looking pretty bright. Dreams get built in every fight, from Wednesday Night Dynamite to Saturday Night Collision. New Japan battles, hearts on fire, from the Tokyo Dome to Arena, Mexico. In every zone, every style's a kingdom, every ring is a throne. Give away to AEW, every New Japan pride. TA line on the way, AWA on the rise. Different banners, but the same love and passion pounding in us all. Aaron loves wrestling. Every brand, it doesn't matter about the three letters, from the local hall to the global star. Oh my God, that sound when the entrance hits, we are all ready to start. Aaron loves wrestling, side by side. No tribal lines, just love for the business worldwide. This is wrestling. This is wrestling. Cuddy fights for the dreams of us all in red, white, blue. Hangman doesn't stay down, he is always fighting for redemption. Mox bleeds for the business, bringing out the passion in us all. Okada is the rainmaker, the money rains down with every title reign. Cena's never giving up the fight. Fear strikes in the heart of man when Undertaker appears. Sting is the vigilante that every villain fears. Legends will always be remembered, they never retire in our hearts. They will live on forever. From Flair to Michaels, from Hogan to Cena, from Omega's rise to acknowledging Reigns. Different paths but the same damn ring, same damn love for professional wrestling. Say it loud, I love wrestling. Say it proud, I love wrestling. No hate, no tribalism, just love for the business until the end of time. You know the war goes on your chest. If you love this business, then you're the best. No keyboard warriors, no hate, no lies. Just respect when the warriors rise. From the curtain rise to the final pin, we all are chasing that moment when the bell rings. It's more than title belts, it's more than glory. It's our love for professional wrestling in every story. So pull your hearts up, it's all one love. Every fan's got a place, from every city to every nation. We're united by a love for professional wrestling. Aaron loves wrestling. Hear the crowd with every chant, every heartbeat, and with every tear. Aaron loves wrestling. This is our life. From the rise of a hero to the falling of wrestling. Forever The American cowboy will always ride for this. Dr. Love will always share the love of professional wrestling. For every ring, every wrestler, and every fan. One word, one passion, one truth that I'm confessing!